At the stroke of midnight on July 1st local time, Croatia became the 28th member of the European Union. The country first applied to join the EU 10 years ago, less than a decade after emerging from a bloody conflict for independence from Yugoslavia. Since applying, Croatia has made substantial progress in tackling civil rights and government corruption issues which plagued its early statehood. Lukewarm public interest kept the official ceremony somewhat toned down, but Croatian President Ivo Josipovic livened up the proceedings with a short piano recital in celebration of his country's accession. Initially, Croats welcomed their country's bid to join. The Croatian economy is in a long recession, and EU membership will provide several much-needed economic benefits.
Croat workers and services will be able to move more smoothly throughout the EU. The country will also have access to funds for infrastructure, agriculture, businesses, education and to help reduce poverty.
But the recent financial turmoil sweeping across the EU has dampened the enthusiasm of many Croats. Economist Dr. Paul Stubbs told Euronews the current state of EU fiscal policy will only lead to further Croatian hardships.
I think that benefit would only be if the Union does not continue with this crazy German-led, IMF-led set of economic policies.
And an opinion writer for the New York Times says the addition of another member state will put significant strain on both the EU and Croatian economies. An exodus of young job seekers exercising their newly acquired rights to freedom of movement to compete for scarce employment might spark a populist backlash in other EU states wary of unwanted immigrants. Moreover, if the best and brightest leave, Croatia will have a far weaker constituency to campaign for and execute reform. But as a writer for The Guardian points out, it's not all about the money. Croatia's EU membership will ensure peace and stability, a welcome relief after the country's bloody struggle for independence. The fact is that the country was at war only 2 decades ago, and that peace and security should mean more to it than putative economic gains. Economic survival for this small and poor state would be even harder outside the Union. This is why July 1st is a historic date. After Croatia's accession, Serbia and Turkey will be the 2 states next in line to potentially join the European Union. For Newsy, I'm Candace Avilés.